Hi guys, it's Ed from Sprogley Motorsport. I just thought I'd bring the GTI Clubsport down to this little road we've got near us, just to do a little walk around really, and a list of all the stuff that's currently done to the car. I might have to cut the video short if a van or lorry comes down here, but I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. So we've got a 2021 Volkswagen Golf Mk8 GTI Clubsport in black, as you can see. Out the factory they are 310 horsepower. This one didn't come with any options at all really, it's just bone stock, standard wheels, no dynamic chassis control, nothing like that. We wouldn't really need any of that stuff anyway, as we're going to be upgrading pretty much everything on the car at some point or another. So I'll walk around the outside of the car first, show you a few visual and performance upgrades, and then we'll have a look inside and have a look at the engine bay as well. So the first thing we've got visually on the outside is the Maxton Race Durability front splitter. I'm not absolutely in love with this splitter, but I didn't really like any of the options that are currently available, and this one sort of does the job. Also, it's not going to fly to pieces when you catch it on a speed bump like the ABS plastic ones. It squares the front of the car quite nicely, I think. Then moving around to the side, I'll come around the side so it'll probably be a bit better quality. We've got just a matte black sun strip with the cutouts, so it doesn't affect the sensors or front assist or anything like that. We've got our carbon fibre wing mirror covers with some smoked dynamic indicators. That it's just a nice little subtle mod, cheap one as well. It just matches the sweeping front and rear indicators on the car. That's been done quite recently. If we move around to the back, we have the Maxton, I can't remember if it's the V1 or V2, but the full length spoiler extension. I didn't really anticipate having to put a spoiler lip on this car, as obviously the Clubsport and the Golf R with the performance pack have a fairly substantially sized, raised spoiler as it is. The thing that always annoyed me about the spoiler in this car is, although it's quite large in terms of size and it sticks back quite far, the actual height of the spoiler is really low compared to the roof line. If you see here compared to the roof, I only really noticed it when I was in another car following this one, that when you're following the car from the back, the actual line of the spoiler sits really low down compared to the roof. Me being typical OCD, that really annoyed me, so got one of the spoiler extensions just to bring the visual height of that spoiler up a little bit, which I think looks really good now. I am really happy with how that came out. The next bit I forgot to mention at the front, but we've got front and rear black badge covers. They are a proper plastic cover that sticks over the top of the original badge. They're super easy to fit. It just sticks straight over the top and easily removable as well. Moving around, we've got these gloss black reflector overlays in honeycomb effect. I'm not 100% sure on how I feel about them. I'm sort of growing to them. It's a bit of a grower, that one. Obviously they are technically illegal as well, but I mean, during the day you can see the car quite easily, and at night you've got nice bright LED rear lights, so it's sort of one of those ones where it might be a bit Marmite for some people, but yeah, we've got those fitted anyway. Now then, moving on to the performance upgrades. So in terms of power, obviously as of right now, which is May 2022, proper tuning isn't available yet. There are a few different sort of like piggyback modules that are available. We sell the racing line one, and that seems to get a lot of really good reviews, but this car's 300 horsepower or whatever it is. It's enough. It's certainly enough for a track car. It'd be cool to maybe have 400 horsepower, just a little bit more, but power wise it goes perfectly well, so I'm not really interested in many power upgrades at the minute. That being said, I do like a bit of turbo noise, so we do have a forged turbo inlet pipe in red, which looks nice, with a ram air heat shield intake. This is actually a Mark 7 kit that we revised for the Mark 8, as I'm not a huge fan of the Mark 8 kit, and most of the Mark 8 kits that are available are big bucks for no real benefit. This makes all the noise you'll ever want. It flows well over 500 horsepower, so no issues with performance either. and it looks really good as well, I think. We've also got the gas bonnet strap from Racing Line, which is an absolute must-have for any Mk8. There's plenty of videos on YouTube as to why they don't come with one. It's nothing to cost. I think it's a safety feature, or you definitely want a gas bonnet strut under there just to make it look nice. The engine cover is also removed, partly to do with the recall of them apparently catching fire, but it just makes it easier for the heat to get out of the engine bay, and it's not being stored under that big foam engine cover. So that's everything as far as engine mods go. Now moving on to the good stuff, the chassis and the brakes. So suspension on this car, we've got a set of Bilstein B14 height adjustable coilovers. There are loads of really good spring kits available for these cars, but we just wanted something with some upgraded shocks, as the car hasn't got DCC, and we've got some height adjustments so we can set the height on each corner when we had the proper alignment done. So I've also used them on loads of kits, loads of cars in the past, and I just get on with them really well. It rides exactly how it did from factory and just does the job perfectly well. We've also got the Spires alignment on the car, which is just dialed in to be a bit more track friendly. It does dart about a little bit more on the road, but I don't really mind that too much because the handling is just absolutely unreal on the racetrack. Moving on to the brakes, we have EBC's Development 4-pot big brake kit fitted currently with some EBC RPX pads. These brakes are absolutely ridiculous on the racetrack. I mean, the standard brakes on the Clubsport are really good, don't get me wrong. And I know plenty of people say, oh, it's all the braking you'll ever need. Certainly I've never experienced brakes like it on a racetrack, and my other track car has K-Sports with Paget RS29s fitted, which says it all really. Very good brake kit, especially for the money, and it looks awesome as well. You got your proper 2-piece floating disc, 4-pot monoblock caliper, looks fantastic. The only thing I would say is I would prefer to have the caliper in red, but they only had black available for us to test at the time, so it's not the end of the world. Moving on to the wheels, we have our brand new Team Dynamics Pro Race LT wheels. We literally picked these up a couple of weeks ago and they look absolutely unreal. The other set of wheels on the car is a set of Pro Track 1s with Goodyear Eagle F1 Supersport tyres, which are absolutely awesome. They're so good, but after doing the last track day, I just wanted something a little bit more track orientated. So we've got these wheels there. They're only an 18x8, they're nothing crazy. We haven't got some stupidly wide wheels on this. I mean, they're not even available in a 9J at the minute on this car, but I hope to track this car quite a lot, so I just wanted to keep the costs down a little bit with tyres. And you know, while it's not a race car, it hasn't got 600 horsepower, the 235 4018 Nankang AL1s will do the job more than adequately. We also have, as you can see down here, Racing Line stud and nut kit, which I just like to put on every car because it just makes changing wheels much easier. Same wheel and tyre setup obviously on the back, just with the standard brakes, but we do have the EBC steel braided lines and EBC race fluid on the car as well. Now if we come around to the back, the exhaust is basically still the stock Clubsport system, but we do have the RPM Performance Resonator Delete on there. It doesn't make a huge difference in terms of volume, which I'm quite happy with because I don't think Golf's the best sounding car in the world, but it just gives it a little bit more of a throatier tone, and it makes the little pops and crackles a lot more prominent as well. If we come over to the interior, there's nothing crazy in here. We've just got a set of our carbon fibre DSG paddle extensions that just look nice and subtle. They just extend it out nicely, nothing too in your face, goes with the carbon on the outside of the car. Looks really good. We do also have a Stern Performance rear seat delete kit that is on its way for the car, but that will be a couple more days before it gets here, I think. But it will just be nice to take a little bit of weight out of the car, make the interior look a little bit more track car orientated. You know, again, nothing too crazy. This car will never get a cage. I do ship my little girl around in it sometimes. So the rear seat delete kit's just easy to remove if I ever want to put the rear seats back in for trips away or anything. But yeah, that's more or less it, I think. I don't think I've missed anything out, but that's just a little walk around of our Mk8 Golf GTI Clubsport. Let me know what you think. If you want any parts for your car, pretty much any of the parts that you've seen in this video, we do sell a massive range of parts for the Mk8 Golf platform, and you can find that by visiting www.sprogleymotorsport.co.uk. Take it easy guys, and I'll catch you later.